Hello everyone, welcome to the next session of Python programming. In previous session, we have covered the topic function in Python, where we have learned how to create or how to define the function, how to call the function, and with this process how to achieve certain functionality within your Python code. So our today's topic is recursion. Recursion is the process you can say. Now what is mean by recursion? Recursion means recursive code. The code which is to be called and executed again and again and again till you achieve some result, okay, some significant result. That is called as a recursion process. The code is called as a recursive code. Now you can say that we can repeat the code again and again using for loop and while loop that we have already seen. Yes, that's true. But here we are mentioning the function for some purpose, right? So we are calling the function within itself again and again till we reach some condition or till we achieve some result. So that is basically the recursion function. As I said, recursion works for function. So to understand this concept, you need to understand the function concept better, which I taught in the previous session. So if you have not visited that session or lecture, please visit the link which is given in the description box. First understand the function better and then come back to this video to understand the recursion better, right? So that you will connect to it and you will able to understand how we can use this process inside the function. Now first we will start with the syntax and then we will see the example. Now what is the syntax of recursion? It is based on the function. So first we need to define the function. Here for defining the function, the syntax is your keyword def, definition, right? You are defining the function. Then your function name, which is user defined name, okay. Here you are passing the parameter value. In syntax I am not passing any parameter, but in example you might need to pass some argument or parameter for the definition of function. And then the most important colon, because you are creating one indentation block with the function, right? And then after this colon you are creating the indentation block after leaving one tab space. Here your code will be there. The same code which will be executed again and again recursively. That code or statements will be here. And the most important part, you are calling the same function again and again inside that function. Means the function calling itself again and again. So here how to call the function? Just call by its name. So function name, the same name, nothing is changed. Same name, function name will be used to call the function itself. As we have not taken any parameter, here also your brackets will be empty. And if you are taking the parameter, you must take the parameter value here, because depend on the parameter only your inputs will be changed and your output will be changed. So basically you are just calling the same function inside it. Now this is your function definition, but you need to call the function for the first time, because if you are writing like this only in the editing window, then you can't reach the definition of your function, right? You need to call this function in the main program first. So here your function is done, and in the main program just call the function for the very first time. So while executing the program, first your pointer will reach here. It will call the function, this function, for the very first time. Then your pointer will go here inside this function. Then you enter in the function. After executing these statements, you are calling the function again. This will be repeated till you achieve your result. And how you can say that you achieve your result? By putting some condition, just like you do in for loop and while loop, right? Because it is also a loop. It could lead to the infinite loop if you don't mention the condition properly, but this process will be continued till some point. And this code is called as a recursive code, because this code is executing again and again, right? So basically this concept is a recursion. Now you will understand this concept better by using some examples. So first we will take one or two examples, then you will get to know what it's mean by recursion. The first example we are taking for the recursion function is the factorial of a number. Now factorial of a number is a mathematical concept, and you must know what is the factorial, how to calculate the factorial. First we will understand the logic that how to calculate the factorial of a given number, and then we will start with our code. So for factorial, first you need to input one value, right? That for that number you are calculating the factorial, right? So how to do that, right? Suppose I am taking number 5. If I want to calculate the factorial of 5, factorial in the maths, symbol for factorial is the exclamatory mark. So that you will know how to call the how to calculate the factorial. Now here, how to calculate it? Just take the number 5, right? Then multiply this 5 with the previous numbers, right? Less than 5. Just decrement this number by 1 till you reach the number 1, and you just do the multiplication process, right? So here you are multiplying this 5, first decrement it by 1, 4, then 3, 2, 1, right? Suppose you need to calculate the factorial of 7. So if you are calculating the 7 factorial, then what will be the result? 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 till you reach the 1. You keep decrementing the value by 1, and then you will multiply all the values with each other so that you will get the result. So when you are calculating the factorial of 5, then 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 is equal to 120. So factorial of 5 is 120 number. So that's how you are calculating the factorial. Now how you are using the recursive function, recursion for this program? Here if you pay attention, if you see carefully, you are repeating the procedure. What you are repeating? You are taking one number, you are decrementing that number by 1, right? That will be your previous number. And first you are multiplying this only, but not only 4. You need all the previous value. So first you will get the number, and then you are calling the same function for 4. Then you will get 3. Again you are calling the same function for 3. You will get 2. And then you are calling the same function. You are getting 1. Till you get 1, you must keep the procedure going on, right? So this is how we are using the recursion for the factorial of any number. So if you understand this, then you will be able to understand the code. Then how we will see how the control flows, and you will get the output you want. First we are creating the definition. We are defining the function. How to define the function? Your function, first your keyword def function. Now for factorial I can take any number, name. I will take the fact, right? This is my function name. Here I am passing one parameter. Which parameter? The input value you need, the number you need to call or calculate the factorial. So that number will be n, suppose, right? So you are calculating the factorial of this n, colon. Get inside the function. Now here, first what you need to understand, if the value of n is 1, it might happen because if you are taking the value from user, user can enter any value. User can enter negative value, user can enter 0, user can enter 1 or the positive value, right, greater than 1. So here you need to mention two conditions in the function itself, and then you can go ahead with the program. So here you are checking the condition first. If, check the value, if n equal to 1. If the n value is 1, then print or print you can mention in the program, return 1. You are returning the value, return 1. That means if the n value is 1, your output will be 1. Factorial of 1 is 1. So if n value is 1, then you are going to return the 1 only in the main program. Then here if it is not 1, then just go to the else part. Now here you are returning. Now you have seen that number, which is your n, multiply. You need to execute the arithmetic operation first, which is multiplication, n, and then you are decrementing the value of n by 1 for multiplication, right? So if your number is n, then here n minus 1, that means 1 previous value, right? 5, then 4. So if it is a 5, then n minus 1, it's 4. But you are not stopping in at 4. You keep continuing. So here you are calculating the factorial of n minus 1. And this will be continued. So here return. Return means you are returning the output, return. Here then you are multiplying this number. You are taking the number first, n, multiplying. Now in maths we can use this exclamatory mark, but in this program you are calling the fact function again. Okay, so here you are calling the function fact here because you need to call the or execute n minus 1 factorial as well, and here you are giving the argument value n minus 1. That means you are calling the same function here, recursive function, just by changing the input value, right? And it will be continued. First it will be 5 into 4 factorial, then here your pointer will return to the fact 4, again you will go here, then 4 into your 4 minus 1, 3, then 2, then 1, then you will stop, right? You understood the logic? Now this is your definition part. You have defined the factorial of number, right? Now here, after this, coming to the main program, first you need to get the number, either in the program, either by the user side. So we can consider the user side here. I am taking the different variable, which is num. You can take any other name you want. You can take n as well, but I am taking num. And anyways you are passing the same value as the argument. It's okay to take the different variable name. So num is equal to integer, then input, and you are asking the user to enter any number. enter number for factorial. So you are calling the user, right? Here two brackets are here. Okay. After this, user will enter any number and this number we will pass to the factorial function. Now here again we need to check the condition, because what if the user enters 0? What if the user enters negative value? And what if the user enters positive value? So these conditions you need to mention. So first condition I will check if num is less than 0. That means what if user enters any negative value? So if num is less than 0, that means if it is a negative value. So here after, if this condition is true, then I am just calling the print function, that you can put any message you want because you are just giving instruction to the user. So we are saying for the negative number we can't calculate the factorial. So here I am just displaying the message, sorry, factorial does not exist. This will be my message to user. Okay, sorry, factorial does not exist, because we cannot calculate the factorial for negative number. Now we are checking the condition if number equal to 0, right? So here we are putting the second condition in the elif condition, elif num is equal to 0. What if user will enter 0? Now remember to use the operator correctly, because you cannot use like number equal to 0. It means that you are assigning the 0 number to the variable. For checking, for comparison, you must use the double equal to sign. Elif number equal to 0. Now the factorial of 0 is 1 always. So it is clear, you don't need to call the function for itself, right? So if number is 0, then you can put the message directly that factorial is factorial of 0 is 1, right? You can just put the message for the user. Last condition, so only one condition is remaining. If the number is less than 0, if number is not less than 0 or not equal to 0, the number is positive number. So this is the default condition. You don't need to put the condition here, just put in the else part. So else, now just print the directly message in the print function, and within print function only we are calling the fact function. So how to call it? Just write down print. Now factorial of num. You are displaying this num, you are displaying the value, so you don't need to put the value inside code, just put the number, so number will be automatically there. And then factorial of num is, here each should be displayed as it is, so it is in code. And then here you are calling the fact function. You can call the fact function in the print function. So this fact function is fact, and then you are passing the value num. Please keep in your mind that n is different, n is the local variable for this function, and you must pass the num only. You can't pass the n. It is for function only. So here you are passing the num to the fact function. just like that. So your output will be factorial of num. Your value is, you are calling the fact function and then you are passing the num. Now how the control flows, how the execution will be done. While executing the program, pointer will start from here. This is your main program. We will go to the function only when it is called. So first you are getting the number from user, whichever number it will be. Suppose user enters 0. Suppose user enters 0. Then your first condition is false because number is 0, not less than 0. So you are not going to the if part. Then you are checking the elif part. Number equal to 0. Yes, it is 0. So this condition is true. So you are directly printing the output factorial of 0 is 1 and your program is done. Suppose you are and then you are not going to the else part because either of the condition will be true only. Then suppose user enters negative number here. Suppose user enter -10. Now factorial of -10 negative number is not possible. So first we are checking the condition. First condition, if num is less than 0. Yes, it is 0. So just print the message, sorry, factorial does not exist. And then you are not checking the remaining ones. Suppose user enters positive number. So positive number might be 1 or more than 1, right? So here after taking the positive number, user will check, the interpreter will check first if number is less than 0, no. Condition false, you are not going inside if. Then checking elif number equal to 0, no. Then again we are not going here. We are directly going to the else part because it is satisfying. Now else print factorial of number is, now you are calling the fact function. Fact number, your control will be flowed from here to your factorial definition. Fact, and you are passing this number to n. Now again you are checking two conditions. Either the number will be 1 or it will be more than 1. So if first you are checking the condition, if user enters 1, so this condition will be true. If n equal to 1, then return 1. That's it. This 1 will be returned here and factorial of 1 is 1 will be displayed in the output part. But if it is not 1, then you are going to the else part. Then you are returning first your n value, the original number, into, again you are calling the same function because you keep decrementing the value by 1. So fact n minus 1 again and again repeatedly. Okay. So let's say the number is 5. Here first you are taking the number from user. So user enters 5. The first condition is wrong. The second condition is wrong. You are going to the else part. You are printing factorial of 5 is, then you are calling the fact function with 5. Now here n is equal to 5, right? Go inside. Is this condition true? No. So you are not going inside if. You are going to the else part. Here return n. N is your 5. So 5 here. N is equal to 5. So n 5 into, again you are calling the fact function with n minus 1 value. So fact here, and your n value will be changed by the n minus 1. N minus 1 is 4. 4 factorial. So here again you are calling the function 4 for 4. Then 4 will be entered here. This condition is true? No. You are going here. Then again n is your 4 and then into fact n minus 1 which is your 3. But again you are calling the function, you are not stopping here. That's why you need to call the function fact. N minus 1, 3, go here, 3. This condition is false, then go here. Again 3 into n minus 1, 3 minus 1, 2. Okay, you are calling the function for 2 again. Then here 2 for 2 function of 2 factorial. This condition is false. Go here, 2 is already there. Then n minus 1, 1. Now you are going to call the function fact again with the value 1. Go here and then this condition will be true because your n is 1 now. So n equal to 1. You are returning 1, so 1 will be returned. And this is the value you are having. Now just perform the multiplication and your value is 120. So your result will be this 120. Whole 120 will be returned to your main program, and in the output window you are just displaying the message factorial of 5 is 120, right? So this is the factorial of number. Hope you understand this recursive function and its example properly. If you have any issue or doubt regarding that, then just put your query in the comment box, so I will definitely try to solve it. So this is the first function, first program for factorial. In the next session we are covering the one more example based on the recursive function. Okay, thank you.